CSLEC ensures that all school leavers are equipped with practical skill sets that are more readily attractive to many potential employers.
The CVQ examination was created to prepare students for future job proficiencies and to teach them real workplace skills that they will be able to use in jobs.
Good evening and welcome back to the 2026 Intersecondary School Debate Series, brought in collaboration with the Caribbean Union Bank. If you would have missed last week's episode, I'm just here to remind you that the Antigua Grammar School would have edged out the St. Mary's Secondary School to advance in the competition. But tonight we have a brand new encounter, and we're looking at the Clare Hall Secondary facing off against the Island Academy, where they will be debating the moot: all secondary schools should implement CCSLC programs to provide alternative academic options. Now, before we get started, we have to meet the members of both teams, starting with the proposition, the Clare Hall Secondary School.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Deja Henry, first speaker from the Clare Hall Secondary School.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Diana Lando, second speaker from the Clare Hall Secondary School.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Noah Gilpin, and I am the first speaker standby for the Clare Hall Secondary School.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Kamika Sample from the Clare Hall Secondary School, and I'm the standby speaker for speaker number 2.
Thank you so much to the members of the Clare Hall Secondary School. We move swiftly along to the opposition and ask them to introduce themselves as well.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Janelle Gazala, and I am first speaker for the Island Academy debate team.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Tristan Thibault. I'm the second speaker for the Island Academy debate team.
As is customary, a panel of judges will decide on the team that advances in this competition. And so joining us this evening on the panel, we have none other than Mr. Kieran Murdoch, Communications Officer for the Integrated Health Outreach, Mr. Shavar Maloney, Manager of the Marketing, Communication and Commercialization Unit of the University of the West Indies, and Ms. Elisa Graham, PRO of the Antigua and Barbuda Electoral Commission. But joining them this evening is the lovely and talented Aisha Lynch as our timekeeper this evening. We will begin this evening's encounter with the proposition's first speaker, which will be followed by the first speaker of the opposition. We then move into the second speakers of each team, the first speakers being given 5 minutes for their presentations and the second speakers being given 3 minutes. The bell will ring once when 1 minute remains and twice when the allotted time expires. Following the presentations, we move into the rebuttal round, and in that segment, 3 minutes will be given to each debater. It is time to hear from our sponsor, the Caribbean Union Bank, but the competition begins when we get back. Please stay with us.
Reporting live from Caribbean Union Bank's press conference, where bank representatives will address its customers and the media, explaining just how CUB simplifies life through its financing.
Today, my team and I will share with you how CUB's financial solutions are designed to simplify your life. Now, let's open the floor for any questions that you may have.
How can you help me as a retiree?
That's a good question. We offer customized retirement solutions at competitive rates.
How easy is it for me to switch my mortgage to CUB?
With attractive interest rates and minimal switching fees, CUB makes switching mortgages easy.
Do you offer point-of-sale machines?
Absolutely. All point-of-sale systems can speed up checkout and boost sales.
Those were great questions, and our team is here to further support you. We're Caribbean Union Bank, the bank that cares, and our doors are open to welcome you.
Hello and welcome back to the 2026 Intersecondary School Debate Series brought to you in association with the Caribbean Union Bank. If you are just joining us, the moot for this sixth encounter in the first round between the Clare Hall Secondary School and the Island Academy reads as follows. All secondary schools should implement the CCSLC program to provide alternative academic options. We will now begin this encounter with the first speaker from the proposition, the Clare Hall Secondary School, Miss Daisha Henry. Please make her feel welcome.
My colleague and I are here to propose the motion. All schools secondary should implement the CSLEC program to provide alternative academic options. I refer you to the Oxford Advanced Learners Dictionary for the denotative meanings of the key terms. All means every component or member. School secondary refer to institutions for young people between ages 11 to 16 and prepare them for examinations and careers. Implement means to put a program into action. CSLEC, Caribbean Certificate of Secondary Level Competence, is a regional qualification focused on practical skills, applied learning, and core competencies. Alternative academic options, such as different learning pathways that allow students to succeed outside the traditional exam-only model based on their strengths and abilities. Madam Moderator, my esteemed opponents, distinguished judges, listening and viewing audiences, good evening. The moot requires that we critically evaluate the relevance of the CSLEC program as a viable alternative educational track for students. With the proponents ardently agree. I will now proceed to establish 3 irrefutable reasons in support of the moot. 1. Denying alternative pathways guarantees failure. 2. CSLEC strengthens foundational competencies. And 3. Improves academic performance. My colleague will conclude our argument by addressing how the CSLEC program, 1. Increases marketability and workforce preparedness, and 2. Supports national development goals. Firstly, denying alternative pathways guarantees failure. Esteemed opponents, do you know the adage, all horses do not run alike? Well, it's certainly true. If all students are forced into a single pathway, CSEC, what is left for them? Madam Moderator, the CSLEC program is not just another curriculum. It is a solution that meets students where they are and helps them move forward with confidence. Honorable judges, according to a 2025 UNESCO article entitled Breaking Barriers and Advancing Employability for All, it states, and I quote, education systems that provide multiple learning pathways experience higher engagement and retention, particularly among students who struggle in exam-heavy environments. When students feel represented by the system, they stay in school. When they do not, they disengage, end quote. Learn opponents, isn't that food for thought? Think on that. Madam Moderator, one system cannot fairly measure all intelligence. Proposing a system that assumes all students learn, think, and perform the same is a fallacy. Therefore, to deny alternative pathways will undoubtedly result in a lose-lose situation. Secondly, CSLEC strengthens foundational competencies, literacy, numeracy, and socio-emotional skills. These are critical and serve as the building blocks for quality learning. Madam Moderator, a startling revelation from a 2024 UNESCO Global Education Monitoring Report revealed that 251 million out-of-school children, 71 million primary school age, and 57 million are lower secondary adolescents, school age. The same report indicated disturbingly low levels in basic literacy and numeracy among students. Globally, 58% of students achieve the minimum proficiency level in reading and 44% in math at the end of primary school. These statistics are shocking. Where are the opponents? Is this the future we want for our children? Honorable judges, it is no secret that the Ministry of Education consistently reports a significant number of 4th and 5th formers that still struggle with basic literacy, numeracy, and analytical skills, which makes CXC overwhelming. But the CSLEC directly intervenes at this critical stage and targets these gaps. Learned opponents, CSLEC is a precursor to successful literacy and numeracy. The curriculum explicitly aligns to core competencies. Madam Moderator, by building essential core competencies, the system not only strengthens the entire academic pipeline and produces students who are not only exam prepared, but life prepared. Thirdly, CSLEC improves academic outcomes. Where the opponents, math pathways in CSLEC remain low across the Caribbean, with approximately 36% of students region-wide passing math in the 2025 CXC exams. Closer to our home, Antigua math pass rate in 2025 CSEC exam was 27% of 1,250 students. Madam Moderator, the data indicate gaps in Q numeracy at Madam Moderator, the data indicate gaps in core numeracy skills at the traditional CSEC level, strengthening the argument that a competency-based foundational program like CSLEC is a viable alternative and can reinforce essential skills before students take on higher stakes certifications. A 2022 study entitled The Advantage of Males Writing CSLEC Math prior to the CSEC Math exam sampled 4,293 males between 14 and 19 years old, May-June 2018 to 2020 exam sessions. The study found that students, specifically males, who take the CSLEC Math exam before the CSEC achieve statistically significantly higher average scores compared to those who only take the CSEC Math exam. Therefore, honorable judges, based on the statistical evidence, there should be a change in our educational policy, making it mandatory for all students to take the CSLEC Math exam before the CSEC exam. Truth be told, Madam Moderator, large numbers of our students leave our local secondary schools without strong academic passes or formal qualifications because we have regulated them into a one-size-fits-all model. Proposing implementing CSLEC is not a replacement, but rather a complement. I thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Henry of the Clare Hall Secondary School, who would have completed her presentation in a time of 5 minutes and 27 seconds. We now move on to the opposition's first speaker, Ms. Janelle Gazala from the Island Academy.
Good afternoon, moderator, judges, proposing team, audience, and any dignitaries present. I am Janelle from Island Academy. We are proposing the statement, all schools secondary should implement the CCSLC program to provide alternative academic options. According to CXC.org, CCSLC is the Caribbean Certificate of Secondary Level Competence, and CSEC stands for Caribbean Secondary Education Certificate. The relevance for this definition is because CSEC is the most valued examination from CXC. My partner and I will be mentioning it in our points. Before I continue, my partner and I will also be referring to CCSLC as CSLEC. My 3 points will be: universities mainly look for CSEC qualifications rather than CSLEC ones. CSLEC doesn't bring many options with it, and CSEC also gives students a larger variety of choices when it comes to choosing their subjects. My partner will talk about the grading systems and CVQ. Firstly, CSLEC is an examination based from the CXC organization along with CSEC, CAPE, and CVQ. CSLEC is not as valued as CSEC or CAPE is by universities. According to the University of the West Indies official website's entry requirements page, universities require specific qualifications, and CSEC is what universities mainly look for when going through applications. CSEC is usually not accepted as a standalone qualification for entry. Therefore, CSEC is valued more by universities than CSLEC is, as universities look for CSEC qualifications. Secondly, the subjects that CSLEC offers overlap with CSEC. The only subject that does not, according to education.gov, is digital literacy. Other subjects like English, integrated science, mathematics, French, Spanish, and social studies are in both CSEC and CSLEC. This shows that out of the many limited subjects that CSLEC has, all but one is in CSEC. Finally, CSEC has a very big variety of choices. It has up to 33 subjects within it, while CSLEC only has 7, meaning students have a less variety of choice as to what they want to do when it comes to picking their subjects. And that's if they're taking the CSLEC program. According to the official CXC webpage, cxc.org, some subjects that are in CXC are not offered in CSLEC are POB, Office Administration, and EDPM. This shows that CSLEC only offers 7 subjects, while CSEC offers many, many more, therefore limiting the choice of subjects for students and not bringing any new options for them. And CSEC, allowing students to have a broader choice when it comes to choosing their own subjects. To conclude my points, all secondary schools do not need to implement the CSLEC program for alternative academic options, as the CSLEC program only offers one other option that is not offered in CSEC.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Miss Ghazala, apologies, from the Island Academy. She would have completed her presentation in a time of 3 minutes and 41 seconds. We now moved swiftly along into the second speaker for the proposition team out of the Clare Hall Secondary School, Miss Diana Lando. Please make her feel welcome.
Permit me to adopt all protocols previously observed. Good evening. I rise in full support of my colleague in defending our arguments all school secondary should implement the CSLIDE program to provide alternative academic options. I will further consolidate our position by addressing how the program, 1, increases students' marketability and workforce preparedness, and 2, support national development goals. Firstly, the program increases students' marketability and workforce preparedness. My dear opponents, have you realized that the CSLIDE program has created a career pathway for a significant number of graduates entering the workforce? Furthermore, have you considered the unique skill set they bring to the workforce? The modular design of CSLIDE promotes marketability by offering an assortment of skills. This is corroborated by Investopia.com, which noted, one important component of marketability is the ability of the workers to meet the demands of the workforce. Furthermore, related to marketability is diversity. A diverse and versatile workforce translates into greater economic opportunities and GDP. In fact, a 2022 study reframing educational outcomes and concurs, and I quote, embracing a diverse workforce not only enriches your company culture, but also drives innovation, productivity, and financial performance, end quote. My honored colleagues, isn't it obvious that the CSLEP program not only salvages potential high school dropouts, but provides a gateway for them to achieve academic, vocational, or technical proficiencies acutely needed in our workforce? CSLEC ensures that all school leavers are equipped with practical skill sets that are more readily attractive to many potential employers. Madam Moderator, education should expand opportunity, not narrow it. Learned opponents, can you logically fight a system that guarantees employability? Really? Secondly, CSLEC program supports national development goals. Madam Moderator, a widely accepted view of education is that it is the single most critical contributor to national and economic development. Moreover, honorable judges, the CSLEC program directly supports national development by strengthening human capital and provides marketable social skills for effective participation in the world of work. A 2024 article from Dominica Today titled, Benefits of CSLEC revealed a positive impact on national development. The article states, and I quote, by raising the minimum threshold of competence, the program supports the island's socio-economic goals, particularly in preparing a new generation to contribute to areas like tourism, renewable energy, and agriculture, while also enhancing civic awareness and community responsibility. This confirms the economic potential of the program to lift people out of poverty, increases the GDP of the economy, and civic consciousness. Worthy opponents, CSLEC is the missing link in our school systems. Why shouldn't we implement it across all secondary schools to make it the winning link for our students? Distinguished judges, I put it to you. An education system that refuses to evolve eventually fails the very students that they are meant to serve. The evidence is there. The facts are overwhelming. I rest my case.
Thank you, Miss Lando of the Clare Hall Secondary School, who would have completed her presentation in a time of 3 minutes and 8 seconds. We now hear the second speaker of the opposition, Mr. Tibu, representing Team Island Academy. Please make him feel welcome.
Good afternoon, Madam Moderator, proposition, judges, audience, and any dignitaries present. I'll be continuing the debate started with my partner, and I believe that CSLEC should not be implemented in all secondary schools to provide alternative academic options. I'll be speaking about the CVQ qualification as a comparison to CSLEC. I will also be speaking about the CSEC and CSLEC grading system and end my speech highlighting the importance of schools having a variety of qualifications offered. First of all, the Caribbean Vocational Qualification, also known as CVQ, allows students to develop better workplace skills than C-Select. According to the National Training Agency's official website, CVQ is the achievement of a set of competencies that define core work practices of an occupational area. This shows that the skills learned from CVQ can be transferred to the real world better than the skills learned from C-Select, as CVQ's purpose is to prepare students for future job proficiencies. CVQ covers a massive range of technical fields in each subject. For example, in the CVQ subject, electrical installation, the competency required is to install and terminate wiring systems. This requires precision and strict adherence to the Caribbean Electrical Code, which is the exact same standard used by professional contractors. The secret to why CVQ skills transfer better than C-Select skills lies in standardization. This is because the competencies are developed by industry experts, meaning the student is essentially being trained by the very people who will eventually hire them. Secondly, the grading system of C-Select is not as precise as the grading system of C-Sec. According to cxc.org, C-Select is graded based on competence, with 3 levels of competence, the highest being Master, which is a competence score of 75 to 100. C-Sec is graded based on percentage, with a 6-point scale, with the highest level being a grade 1. C-Sec's grading system is superior to C-Select's grading system, as there are more levels to separate students by, giving a more accurate assessment of each student's abilities. Finally, it is important to have some institutions that do different qualifications, so not all secondary schools should implement the C-Select program. According to the presentation of CXC 2024 results by Ms. Carmelita Matthew, Registrar of Examinations from the Ministry of Education in St. Lucia, C-Select had 214 candidates with 4 testing centers, while C-Sec had 2,499 candidates and 23 testing centers. This statistic shows that not all secondary schools should implement the C-Select program, as there is an adequate amount of testing centers for the small amount of people who want to take the C-Select exams, and that more people tend to take the C-Sec exams, so it's not important for all secondary schools to implement the C-Select program, as many people won't participate, and it would be better for them to just focus on C-Sec, which has more participants. In conclusion, my team's points of why other examinations are superior to C-Select clearly show that all secondary schools should not implement the C-Select program to provide alternative academic options.
Thank you so much, Mr. Tibu, representing Team Island Academy. And he would have completed his presentation in a time of 3 minutes and 49 seconds. We're now at that time of the episode where we take our second break to hear from our sponsor, the Caribbean Union Bank, but the rebuttal segment is coming up next. You do not want to miss it. Stay with us.
Reporting live from Caribbean Union Bank's press conference, where bank representatives will address its customers and the media, explaining just how CUB simplifies life through its financing.
Today, my team and I will share with you how CUB's financial solutions are designed to simplify your life. Now, let's open the floor for any questions that you may have.
How can you help me as a retiree?
That's a good question. We offer customized retirement solutions at competitive rates.
How easy is it for me to switch my mortgage to CUB?
With attractive interest rates and minimal switching fees, CUB makes switching mortgages easy.
Do you offer point of sale machines?
Absolutely. All point of sale systems can speed up checkout and boost sales.
Those were great questions, and our team is here to further support you. We're Caribbean Union Bank, the bank that cares, and our doors are open to welcome you.
Good evening and welcome back to the 2026 Intersecondary School Debate Series brought to you in association with the Caribbean Union Bank. Things are getting heated, and if you are just joining us, let me remind you that the Clare Hall Secondary is going head-to-head with the Island Academy, debating the moot, all secondary schools should implement the CCSLC program to provide alternative academic options. The rebuttal segment is about to begin, and each presenter will be given 3 minutes in which they are to complete their presentation. The bell will ring once when 1 minute remains, and twice when the time expires. Moving swiftly into this round, we welcome from the opposition team, Mr. Taboo from the Island Academy.
Good afternoon again, moderator, judges, proposition. To rebut the proposition's first point, that CSLEC yields better CSEC results, that only affects a minuscule amount of subjects, as CSEC has 33 subjects and CSLEC only has 7. Only 6 of those subjects overlap with CSEC, leaving 26 subjects that would not have been prepared for in CSLEC. So not all of the CSEC subjects can be prepared for in CSLEC. My second point from them that I will rebuttal is that CSLEC develops workplace skills. Other examinations, for example CVQ, build better workplace skills than CSLEC. The reasoning for this is that the CVQ examination was created to prepare students for future job proficiencies and to teach them real workplace skills that they will be able to use in jobs. An example of this is in electrical installation, students will have to install and terminate wire systems. My final point from them that I will rebuttal is that CSLEC should be mandatory in all secondary schools. I highly disagree with this, as CSEC itself isn't mandatory. So if the students don't want to take the exam, they don't need to. I personally do not think if CSEC isn't mandatory, that CSLEC should be mandatory, as CSEC has been proven to be a far more valuable exam than CSLEC. And students shouldn't be forced into pathways that they don't want to do.
Thank you so much, Mr. Thibault, representing Team Island Academy. He would have completed his presentation in a time of 2 minutes and 7 seconds. And now to end the rebuttals, we will hear from the proposition. Please welcome with me Miss Deanna Lando, from the Clare Hall Secondary School.
Good evening again. I am Deanna Lando, second speaker, and I will begin my rebuttal now. After assessing our opponent's speech, we recognize just a few flaws. Data indicate gaps in core numeracy skills at the traditional secondary CSEC level. That is why a competency-based program is a viable alternative. Just to jog your memory, all horses do not run alike, and one system cannot fairly measure all intelligence. Speaker 1 stated that it is not accepted, and CSEC is valued more, but from statistics, Antigua math pass rate in 2025 from CSEC math exam was 25% was 25% out of 1,250 students passed. By not implementing in CSEC to provide better academic alternatives, we are basically setting up our future and youth for failure. I thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Lando, representing the Clare Hall Secondary School. And she would have completed her presentation in a time of 1 minute. And this brings us to the end of the 6th encounter in the first round of the 2026 Inter-Secondary School Debate Series, brought to you in association with Caribbean Union Bank. Please show your appreciation for the teams and their presentations this evening. I only ask that you stay tuned. Our judges will give their remarks after this short commercial break.
Reporting live from Caribbean Union Bank's press conference, where bank representatives will address its customers and the media, explaining just how CUB simplifies life through its financing.
Today, my team and I will share with you how CUB's financial solutions are designed to simplify your life. Now, let's open the floor for any questions that you may have.
How can you help me as a retirement?
That's a good question. We offer customized retirement solutions at competitive rates.
How easy is it for me to switch my mortgage to CUB?
With attractive interest rates and minimal switching fees, CUB makes switching mortgages easy.
Do you offer point of sale machines?
Absolutely. All point of sale systems can speed up checkout and boost sales.
Those were great questions, and our team is here to further support you. We're Caribbean Union Bank, the bank that cares, and our doors are open to welcome you.
Thank you so much for staying with us. To wrap things up, I will leave you with the reminder that the Clare Secondary School went head-to-head against the Island Academy this evening, and they debated the moot: all secondary schools should implement the CCSLC program to provide alternative academic options. The judges have deliberated and tallied their scores, and to present their findings this evening and to announce the winning team, we welcome Mr. Kieran Murdoch to the mic.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank you all for joining us this evening for this exciting encounter, and I'll just ask for another round of applause for our debaters who would have come out and represented their schools this evening. As usual, we'll present a few remarks on behalf of the judges panel, just to encourage the debaters on where they can, pick up, enhance their skills, do a little better, and then I will announce the best debaters on either side, as well as the best overall debater, and then, of course, the winning team. Just a few pointers. Overall, we thought that today's encounter was a good encounter, but we'd like to encourage debaters to work on just a few issues. The business of maintaining eye contact, or having more eye contact as you present your arguments, is something which we noted needed to be improved upon. The issue of knowing your speech and your presentation well enough that you don't appear to be reading. That's something you certainly want to pay attention to, and something that can be improved upon. We were happy to see that debaters were using a number of references in their speeches, which showed, work, it showed research, it showed that they had gone and analyzed the topic and analyzed the issue. We will always say, however, that at the beginning of a debate, we encourage debaters to give a more fulsome explanation and understanding of the topic. You define the terms, yes. You even restate the point. That's very important. But it should be clear in that restating how you understand the subject matter. And of course, the subject matter in this instance, CSLEC. We wanted to more so hear a firm understanding, very clearly laid out, of what your understanding of the purpose of CSLEC is. What purpose does it serve? And that, of course, makes your subsequent arguments much clearer and much easier to follow. Antigua is a very small place, so we just want to encourage debaters that there's no need to rush. You're going to get there eventually. So sometimes there is a bit too much speed in the presentation, and we always encourage debaters to modulate and regulate how fast you're speaking and your tone, so that persons can clearly understand what you're saying, and so that your diction and clarity can come forward. You don't wish to be caught speeding. The tickets these days are quite high. That's about it in terms of the remarks. I'm going to move ahead to announce best debaters as well as the winning school. The best debater from the proposition is Deanna Landu. The better debater for the opposition, Janelle Ghazala. And the best overall debater, Diana Landu. Now, the scores this evening are particularly close, and so I think that indicates that the performance of both teams was quite close, you know, to use that word again. We have the Island Academy with 58 points. And we have the Clare Hall Secondary with 59 points. So that would make the Clare Hall Secondary the winner of this evening's encounters. Congratulations to the Clare Hall Secondary, and of course thank you to all the debaters for their hard work and for coming out this evening.
Thank you so much, Mr. Murdoch. I always want to take this opportunity to congratulate the better speakers and the best speaker of the evening myself. So I'll ask you to just give another round of applause to Ms. Ghazala as well as Ms. Lando this evening. They both did so well. I now call on Ms. Daisha Henry from the Clare Hall Secondary School to give the closing remarks on behalf of her school, and then I will call on Mr. Tibu from the Island Academy to give closing remarks on behalf of their school as well. Please make Ms. Henry feel welcome.
Good evening, everyone. On behalf of the Clare Hall Secondary School, first I'd like to thank the Almighty for bringing us here safely. I'd not only like to thank our principal, but our peers for encouraging us, my wonderful colleague for her efforts and she pushes herself a lot, and I'm so happy that we got to the next encounter. Also our principal, our parents, Mr. Edgel, Noah, Jakira, Kimika, Denika, Nathan, Gian, and Zaria. Thank you all for your support, and Dominic and Miss Clark. Thank you.
On behalf of the Island Academy debate team, I would like to thank my colleague, Janelle Ghazala, my principal, and the entire Island Academy debate team that couldn't make it today.
As we bring this debate to a close, I just want to take the opportunity to congratulate both schools for having the courage to compete this evening, and also to thank both teams for doing an outstanding job, and to thank the in-studio as well as the viewing audiences for joining us this evening. This 2026 Intersecondary School Debate Series comes to you in association with the Caribbean Union Bank. Be sure to join us next time, where we have another riveting encounter just for you. And until then, think positive thoughts. Good evening.
Reporting live from Caribbean Union Bank's press conference, where bank representatives will address its customers and the media, explaining just how CUB simplifies life through its financing.
Today, my team and I will share with you how CUB's financial solutions are designed to simplify your life. Now, let's open the floor for any questions that you may have.
How can you help me as a retiree?
That's a good question. We offer customized retirement solutions at competitive rates.
How easy is it for me to switch my mortgage to CUB?
With attractive interest rates and minimal switching fees, CUB makes switching mortgages easy.
Do you offer point-of-sale machines?
Absolutely. All point-of-sale systems can speed up checkout and boost sales.
Those were great questions, and our team is here to further support you. We're Caribbean Union Bank, the bank that cares, and our doors are open to welcome you.